how do I figure out what I really want in life? If this is a question that's been circling around your mind, you will know just how heavy it can feel to move through life without a clear sense of direction or purpose. In this video, I'm going to share 8 practical steps that you can take to begin finding clarity about your direction or purpose in life. I'm Dr. Liz White, a consultant clinical psychologist. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. First, I want to talk about the pressure that we can feel to find our purpose. We tend to idealize the idea of purpose, as if there's one magical calling that we all have, and once you find it, life suddenly makes sense. But I want to challenge that. Maybe actually you don't need to find the thing. You just need to find the next right thing. Something that helps you feel a bit more aligned than where you are now. It's okay not to have it all figured out. Many people can feel embarrassed or ashamed when they don't know what they want out of life, especially if people around them seem happy and purposeful. But let's be really clear. If you don't have that clarity, it is not a failure. It's not a character flaw. Now, something that's really relevant here is something that Russ Harris, in his book, The Happiness Trap, talks about. In it, he says that we have all been sold this idea that happiness should be our default state. That if we're not feeling good, calm, clear, inspired, something must be wrong. So we chase constant positivity and we try to eliminate uncomfortable feelings. But here is the paradox. The more we try to avoid or suppress pain, the more stuck we become. According to Russ Harris and the principles of acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT for short, real meaning doesn't come from always feeling good. It comes from doing what matters, even when we feel anxious or uncertain or afraid. So instead of asking, how do I get rid of this discomfort? Try asking this. How can I bring my values into this moment even though I feel uncertain and I'm not sure of the direction? But more on that later. Here are the tools that I often explore with my clients when they have lost direction or feel a bit disconnected from meaning in their lives. First, notice what energizes and depletes you. So pay attention to what lights you up, even briefly. What leaves you feeling a bit more alive, a bit more focused, playful, or curious? These moments are clues. Purpose doesn't always show up in fireworks. Sometimes it's just like the flicker of a match flame. But just as important, what drains you? Where are you spending your time, your energy, or your emotional labor where it leaves you feeling depleted? Now, this isn't always about quitting your job or overhauling your life. It's just about understanding when and where does your energy shift. Second, ask yourself, when do I feel most like myself? Forget titles, roles, and expectations. Who are you when you're not performing for anyone? Ask yourself, when do I feel grounded, most real, most me? It could be deep in a conversation, alone in nature, solving a complex problem, or creating something with your hands. This question cuts through the noise and helps you reconnect with the true you, not just productivity or what you should be doing. Next, clarify your values, not just your goals. So in ACT, we focus a lot on values, the deeper qualities that really matter to you, not outcomes, but ways of being. So for example, things like being compassionate or curious, creative or wanting connection. And I realize all those values begin with C, but there are lots of resources online to help you work out what your values are. But you can just start by asking yourself this really simple question. What do I want to stand for? What kind of person do I want to be in my life? And it can be helpful to literally just jot down one-word answers to those questions. The next one is all about time. time is our most precious commodity, isn't it? The author Mark Manson says, and I quote, "Ultimately, death is the only thing that gives us perspective on the value of our lives, because it's only by imagining your non-existence that you can get a sense of what is most important about your existence." So from this perspective, ask yourself this key question. What can I do with my time on this earth that feels meaningful to me? Next, accept that purpose comes with pain. We often think that purpose should feel amazing all the time, but even the most meaningful paths will challenge us. For example, if being healthy and fit is meaningful to you, are you willing to endure grueling workouts and putting the work in and the time into the workouts, hour upon hour, week upon week, month upon month? Or maybe connection is something that you value, having a deeply meaningful and intimate relationship with someone else. But are you willing to tolerate those moments that your partner annoys you or frustrates you or does something hurtful? Are you willing to weather the storm of arguments and disagreements and the pain that comes along with that? So ask yourself this: what pain or struggle am I willing to endure in the service of what matters to me? And this is often where purpose lives, not in constant joy, but in staying with what you actually care about, especially when it's hard. Next up, give more than you get. Studies have found that performing pro-social acts, volunteering, donating to charity, helping someone with their shopping, giving someone your seat on the bus, these acts can boost both happiness and a sense of meaning for people. So one thing to try is intentionally doing a kind thing for someone else each day. And just notice what happens to your sense of purpose and meaning. Next is stop looking for your one thing. You don't need to discover a hidden destiny. Purpose is not found. It's built slowly, imperfectly, through action and through failing. So instead of asking, "What's my purpose?" ask, "What's one thing that I could try that feels more aligned than where I am now?" And lastly, reclaim the power of small shifts. We often think that purpose requires a dramatic pivot in our lives, a new career, a major lifestyle change. But actually, it can be built in the small moments of life. 20 minutes a day doing something that really matters to you. Saying no to something that has been draining you for years. Reaching out to someone who helps you feel like your full, real self. This is how you rebuild alignment with yourself. And here's something that I remind clients all the time. You don't need to know exactly where you're going to live a meaningful life. You just need to keep moving in the direction that feels more like you. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that's helped if you are feeling a little lost and directionless in your life, or if you're unsure about your purpose. Let me know in the comments what purpose and meaning in your life means to you. I'll see you in the next video.